And today's video, I'm going to teach you how to lock rows and columns in Google Sheets. If you work with spreadsheets that have headers, labels, or important reference information, freezing rows and columns can make your sheet much easier to read. It keeps key information visible while you scroll, which is especially helpful when you're working with large sets of data. Let's start with the menu method, which is the most straightforward option. First, click a cell in the row or column you want to lock. This helps Google Sheets understand the area you want to work from, especially if you plan to freeze up to a specific row or column. Once you've selected the cell, go to the top menu and click View, then move down to Freeze. In the Freeze menu, you'll see several options. You can choose to freeze one row, two rows, one column, or two columns, depending on where your selected cell is. You may also see the option to freeze up to the current row or up to the current column. This is useful if your headers or labels take up more than just the first row or first column. Once you click the option you want, the selected rows or columns will stay in place while the rest of the sheet scrolls. Now let's look at a faster method using drag and drop. This can be especially convenient if you prefer a more visual way to adjust your sheet. Go to the top left corner of the spreadsheet, where the row numbers and column letters meet. Look for the thick gray lines just above row 1 and just to the left of column A. These lines control the freeze position. Hover your mouse over one of those thick gray lines and your cursor will change into a hand icon. When that happens, click and drag the line. Drag it downward if you want to lock rows, or drag it to the right if you want to lock columns. As you move it, Google Sheets will show you where the freeze line will be placed. Release your mouse when it reaches the row or column you want to keep visible. Both methods do the same thing, so you can use whichever feels easier for you. The menu option is great for precise selections, while the drag and drop shortcut is quick and intuitive. Once you start using frozen rows and columns, navigating long spreadsheets becomes much smoother and more efficient.